When Emma left the city behind, she wasn't just running from a failed marriage. She was running from the echo of her daughter's silence. Lily hadn't spoken a full sentence in nearly a year. Not since the night she saw her father walk out and never come back. So Emma did what most desperate parents do. She followed the first road that felt far enough, and it led her to Santa Luz, a quiet town tucked between two hills and a river that everyone warned her not to live near. The real estate agent said the house had character. That was code for rotting porch wood, dusty window panes, and a crooked chimney. Still, Emma liked the stillness. No sirens, no shouting neighbors, only the wind through trees and the sound of the river. A soft, endless hush, like breathing. Lily stood by the back window for a long time, staring out at the river bend. Then she whispered, "She's out there." Emma paused. "Who's out there, baby?" Lily didn't answer. That night she drew a picture. It was all black scribbles, except for a white figure by the water. The next few nights were quiet, but the rain never stopped. Not a storm, just a constant drizzle that clung to the windows like breath. On the fourth night, Emma woke to the sound of crying. Not Lily. This was older, broken, a woman's cry, right outside the back door. Emma stepped carefully downstairs and looked through the peephole. Nothing. But when she opened the door, she saw them. Wet footprints, bare, small, leading away from the porch to the river. At the local market, Emma asked around. Most people looked away when she brought up the river. But one woman in her 70s leaned close and said, "They don't like newcomers, the ones who cry. She hears them." Emma laughed nervously. "Who?" The woman didn't smile. She pulled out a tiny necklace from under her blouse, a silver cross wrapped in red string. "La Llorona," she said, "the weeping mother. She comes for grieving hearts. She doesn't take kids because she's cruel. She takes them so they never feel alone like she did." Later that week, Lily began talking again. Not to Emma, but to someone in her room. Emma often found her whispering by the window, nodding slowly like she was being told secrets. When Emma asked her who she was talking to, Lily would say, "The river woman. She misses her babies." Emma didn't want to scare her, but something inside her began to unravel. That night, she bolted the back door. She sprinkled salt along the window frames, not because she believed in ghosts, but because a mother's fear doesn't need proof. On the seventh night, the air turned electric. The trees stopped swaying, and the rain fell harder than Emma had ever seen. At 2:13 a.m., a sound woke her. Not a cry, not a whisper, but a soft humming. Emma rushed to Lily's room. Empty. The window was wide open, her bed still warm. And then, that sound again just outside. A lullaby, sung in a language Emma didn't understand. She ran through the house, heart pounding. The back door was swinging in the wind. The yard was soaked in mud. And leading down the slope, two sets of footprints, one smaller than the other. She followed them barefoot, the cold cutting into her skin. The river was high, almost at the edge of the trees. Mist clung to everything like cobwebs. Then she saw them, a woman in white, long black hair dripping like vines, pale arms, stretched out, and in her hand, Lily's. Emma screamed her name. The woman turned. Her eyes were not eyes, just black holes where sorrow poured out. Her mouth moved, and Emma heard every cry she had buried inside herself. Regret, guilt, loss. It wasn't just the ghost's voice. It was Emma's own voice echoing back at her. She collapsed. When morning came, Emma woke on the grass, drenched and shivering. The river was calm again. Still, no footprints, no Lily. She ran back to the house, hoping, praying it was a dream. But the window was still open, and on the wall in Lily's room was a new drawing. 3 figures, a little girl in white, a tall woman with black hair and no face, and in the middle, Emma. But she wasn't crying. She was smiling. People think La Llorona only comes for children, but that's not true. She comes for the mothers too, the broken ones, the silent ones. And once you hear her cry, she never really leaves you, because grief is the only river that never stops flowing.